Hello, I'm Bill Sternberg, Deputy Editorial Page Editor at USA Today. I'm here with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who met with our editorial board and has agreed to answer some questions from readers submitted via Facebook and our opinion blog. Welcome, Madam Speaker.
Pleasure to be here.
We received several questions about the federal budget. One of the most succinct came from Eric Schneider of Bethesda, Maryland, who asks, when are you going to get serious about deficit reduction and stop borrowing and spending?
I'm with you. Eric is the
yes.
gentleman's name. Eric is right. That is why this week the House of Representatives will pass the pay-go legislation, pay as you go, no new deficit spending. It is immoral for us to heap mountains of debt onto future generations. So as we invest in the future, we have to invest in those like education and health care that will reduce the deficit, but at the same time to have our legislation in the House and in the Senate and signed by the President be legislation that does not increase the deficit.
Next question comes from Adam Utley of High Point, North Carolina. He wants to know, how would you rate the effectiveness of the stimulus program so far, and would congressional Democrats support a second stimulus?
The stimulus package is on course to do what it has set out to do. It is a time-release capsule. Some of it in the early part of this year, the first half. A good chunk of it will come out in the next half, and the rest in the following year. It takes a while for the government to get the funds to where they need to be. But I think I would rather have confidence in the first package getting its job done before we go to a second package. We don't want to do any spending that would be unnecessary.
Okay. It's a question from our opinion blog, a question you probably hear fairly often from KNOG60. Why are so many of the most important bills passed by the House of Representatives rushed to a vote so quickly that few members have a chance to read them? Can we expect the same from the current health care legislation?
Believe it or not, it's not as rushed as you might think. It's just when you get down to the last few days of a bill that people want to make other changes. But I'm all for having as much time as possible. And that's why on this health care bill, I want the work on it to be finished this week so that over the weekend it can be read, and then next week we can go to the floor with the legislation. It's very important to have every step of the way be as open as possible. Again, when you get toward the end, though, people make all kinds of changes they want to see, and then it looks rushed. But that is the legislative process. But your viewer is correct. We should have more time. And members have been reading the health care bill. And now changes are being made to it, so they just have to keep up with the changes. But I feel quite certain they will know what they are voting for when the time comes. Quality, affordable health care for all Americans. No pre-existing conditions to keep you from having health care. It's very exciting.
Linda Doty of Haywarren, Iowa wants to know, why isn't Congress doing more to investigate the illegal actions and lies of the last administration?
There are two schools of thought. The president wants to look forward, and the Congress has a responsibility to make sure that the testimony that has been given to it has been truthful. So I think you will see Congress come to a place where it honors its responsibility and the administration honors its, but that we will know more about what happened in the previous administration.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.